All right, so for making predictions, it says the table shows the results of a survey at Hamilton Middle School, 7th graders. Use the table to determine the following probabilities. The first thing that we did in class was to actually add up all of these students here, and we determined there were 50 students. We're going to need to know that when we're solving the probability. So for number 2, when we're trying to determine the probability of a career in education, we now know that there are 50 students total, and then how many students does the chart say that would choose a career in education? Yep.
14.
Very good, 14. Next, can I reduce this? Because we always reduce our probability. Yep.
You can reduce it
By 2, okay? Alright, and so P equals what? Good, 7/25. That's the first problem that you needed to do. When you're going to use now, for number 4, I asked you to use the ratio method to solve this problem. And to do the ratio method is you take the probability and then you equal it, and you want to set up a proportion, and the bottom number is going to be your total population. So this is how it would be. It says predict how many students out of 400. So now we're going to make a prediction using this probability. We're going to make a prediction if there were 400. Originally there was only 50. Now we're saying what if there were 400? So we're going to always set up the probability on the left equals, and we draw our line. The bottom, the denominator, is your total population. So what are we making a prediction out of? What's the total population?
400.
Okay, so everyone should have written it like this. If not, please copy this so you have a good example in your notes or in your assignment. Now, this is going to be our x. What we solve for here is what we're predicting would choose the education career, out of 400. To solve this, remember the butterfly method. We do cross products and get x. Cross products and we get what? 2,800. Divide by 25, divide by 25, cancel. And what does x equals? What does x equal? Yep.
112.
Good. So let's write this out. We would end up saying 112 students would choose education. Okay, remember we're writing a little bit more than normal. The last one, number 6, this is the one that kids think is a little easier. It's saying use the percentage. So use the circle graph that shows the results of a poll to which 60,000 teens responded. That's the sample, okay? The kids that they polled were 60,000. Now we're going to make a prediction, okay? How many of the approximately 28 million teens in the U.S. would buy a music CD if they were given $20? So it's hard to see down here, but it says music CD 32%. In our notes, we said change your percent to a decimal, right? So how do you change 32% to a decimal? Yep.
We'll get 2 places to the left.
Okay, so we're going to take and do 0.32 times what? This is what kids were getting confused on. This was the original amount of teens. However, we want to make a prediction with our 28 million teens. Does anyone know how many zeros are in 28 million? Yes. 6. Nicely done. So 1, 2, 3. So that's 28,000. 28 million. So who can take their calculator and multiply 0.32 times 28 million? What you got?
8,960,000.
Okay, so I'm going to write it above it. 8,960,000 teens, what? Would buy a CD? Okay, would buy a CD. Good.